our next problems, we're going to look at, number one, they are not triangles, okay? And we may have some extra information that we don't use. So we have two quadrilaterals here, and it tells us that they are similar. But another little hitch is that our figures are not oriented the same. So if we look back at our other two, the triangles that we've looked at, they've all been kind of set up the same, where we had a triangle and we just blew it up. We didn't turn it around. Whereas this one, you can see we kind of shrunk it and we spun it around. To find corresponding sides and angles, we have to be careful. So there are a couple different things we can do here. So I am trying to find x and y. So x and y are both side lengths. Okay? So we're not even worrying about the angles in this one. So one thing that I could do is to redraw, let's redraw this one so it is sitting the same way. So that would be about like this. Okay? Now, I'm basically, this is now my bottom. So this is my WX, which we don't know anything about that. This side was here, so it's 10. This is where it's a little easier when you have a textbook. You can just turn the textbook around and copy it. Now, with 8 and y, the y is on the side that's by the 10, so that means this side is going to be y, and that means this side is going to be 8. Okay, and this is our unknown. So, now, we need to set up a proportion. Since we're trying to find two sides, we're actually going to have two different proportions. So, one of the things I'm trying to find is x. Well, what corresponds with x, let's ignore this now, is 8. So I'm going to put x under 8. The other one I'm trying to find is y. Well, what corresponds with y? 20. Okay. Now, we need to look for a match, okay, where we know one side of our big polygon and we know its corresponding side. Well, the 8x doesn't work, y 20, but the 15 and 10 does. Okay, so which one's with x? The 15. So I'm going to put 15. So it's x over 8 is equal to 15 over 10. But then be careful because I flipped this one. Y is in the small one. So it's in the same figure as 10. So we have y over 20 is equal to 10 over 15. Okay, so there's my two proportions. So solving this one with cross products, I get 10x is equal to 8 times 15. Let me change my cheat sheet. That is 120. Dividing both sides by 10, I get that x is equal to 12. Okay? So if I look, yeah, that's about right. Okay? Then over here, solving this proportion, I get that 15y is equal to 20 times 10, which would be 200. Dividing both sides by 15, I get that y is equal to 13 1/3. So that was y. 13 1/3 is less than 20. X was 12. And yeah, it's bigger than 8, so we should be pretty good. Okay? So now, I want you to try this one on your own. So pause it, work it out. When you finish, go ahead and hit play, and we'll check it together. Alright, so I'm assuming, since you're playing again, that you have worked out this problem, so let's see how you did. In this one, we are just trying to find x. Okay, so I am going to redraw this second shape so that it's in the same position as this one. So really, I'm just flipping it this way, okay? 6 is still at the top, so this will be 6. I still don't know my bottom, but 10, this long side is now on here, so this will be 10, this will be 13. So I didn't draw that very well with the numbers, okay? Now, we know that these are similar. We're trying to find x, so let's start with x, okay? Well, what side does it correspond with here? That remember, since we've reoriented this so it's in the same position as this, I'm not looking over here anymore. So x matches with 10. Okay? So for our other proportion, or for our other rate of our proportion, what's in the same side as x? It should be 4.5. What side matches with 4.5? It's our top, so we want it over 6. Doing our cross products, we get that 6x is equal to 10 times 4.5, which would be 45. Dividing both sides by 6 gives you x is equal to 7.5. So if we look, these are smaller than these units by a little bit, so 7 is a little bit smaller than 10. Alright, so if you have any questions, be ready to ask these tomorrow. We'll do your homework over this section.